Colorado's best.
Even though the temperatures are dropping, allergies are in full swing. Everybody's sniffling everywhere. It's crazy.
My sinuses are killing me.
Yeah.
You don't have to suffer from the sneezing and the watery eyes. Here to tell us how the Vitality Center can help you fight your allergies is Chris Volesky, a practitioner and acupuncturist at the Vitality Center. It's good to see you again, Chris.
Thanks for having me this morning.
Is it our imagination or are allergies worse right now?
It's been terrible. I mean, this is one of the worst years we've seen here. I talked to an MD friend who thinks this is the worst season he's seen in a while. I mean, possibly the wildfires are a contributor to that, but it's been horrible.
That would make sense,
Yeah. So what are the main triggers?
You know, there's a whole variety of things, and I usually ask people with their allergies, are you a spring allergy, are you a fall allergy, or are you one of the lucky ones that's got it all year round, you know, from dust mites, from pets, whatever. The different way that we view it is not so much, okay, what is the allergen, but how is your body responding and why is your body responding?
Got it.
So the key is really looking at the person, not so much the allergen. If you treat the person, they're not so susceptible to this allergen.
So what are the impacts that you're seeing from the allergies?
Well, you know, there's the obvious things. People are sneezing all the time. They're, you know, sniffling, blowing their nose all the time. I wrapped with a patient recently. She had brought her son in. Terrible allergies. This poor kid, 10 years old, and he was basically having to breathe through his mouth between bites of eating because he couldn't breathe through his nose. So, I mean, yeah, that's kind of heartbreaking to see this little kid who just like can't breathe while he's eating.
Oh my goodness.
But just seeing that open up, seeing him come off some of the allergy medicines that just weren't quite doing the trick was huge.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. You know, as a mom, I go straight to the store and reach for over-the-counter medications. Is this just putting a Band-Aid on it?
Largely, yes. I mean, so you know, you've got things like antihistamines that will calm down a reaction, but again, your body's reacting to something and it's really not supposed to be. So we look at, okay, why is the body doing that? Is there a disharmony somewhere? Very often there's a gut problem along with the allergens.
Really?
Exactly, yep.
That's interesting.
Yeah, we were talking about, I've been taking Dayquil, Benadryl.
She's been drugging herself out before the show.
All of those things. I mean, but how can the Vitality Center help with, you know, with this, everyone's suffering from these problems?
You know, we look at everybody individually, seeing exactly how it's manifesting in them. We take a look at their digestive system and what other things are going along with it. I mean, we think allergies, we think sneezing, we think itchy eyes, but there's a lot that can go with that. We were just talking about asthma. Asthma tends to get flared up with this, and people lose sleep. You know, you can't breathe at night, you don't sleep well, you toss and turn. It has a tendency to flare up other issues, if there's hot flashes, for example. But we take a look at all of that together, and then we prescribe treatment based on that. So sometimes it might be acupuncture or herbs. Very often we give them a digestive to help their digestion improve because, bam, that's where your immune system's coming from.
You know, that leads me to a question. People don't think that their digestion has anything to do with their allergies. So how are you educating people that this might be a good treatment?
Usually we just pull out the research. Or, you know, very often people say, oh, my digestion is fine. But then you ask them, well, do you get bloating? And okay, bang, that's like the telltale sign right there.
Bloating, right?
And they're, you know, they start doing this kind of thing because they do it, you know, or they react a little bit to something. Or if I just listen to them while they're talking.
Yeah.
People have this tendency to have these like little, I don't know, like burps, for example. And that's a sign that, hey, there's something going on. So people might not even realize it, but we can pick up on these little tiny subtle cues that would point us in the right direction of what's going on.
Yeah, and we were seeing video there at the Vitality Center, the herbal pharmacy that you have. I mean, you really do with each and every person. It's so individualized. You decide, you know, what they need, and then you all create like this recipe of herbs that everybody needs, right?
Yeah, it's kind of fun actually in a way because you can, you know, take something that looks that treats that person, and then they might have itchy eyes or a runny nose, or maybe they're starting to develop a sinus infection, so we need to modify for that, or for their asthma. So it becomes this blend that's really particular to you and not for this other person.
Yeah, I like that.
And it's beautiful because then you see the result very, very quickly. You know, one of the most recent cases, I said, you know, we're going to look at you over the next 2 weeks. I got a call 3 days later, and they said, I haven't needed my my over-the-counter medication.
That's so great.
That's incredible, you know?
Yeah.
In 3 days, that's awesome.
It is not a one-size-fits-all.
Yeah.
That's so great.
Thank you so much.
All right, the
welcome.
Vitality Center has a wonderful offer for Colorado's best viewers. Call now and you're going to receive a free consultation plus 20% off a treatment plan. So call the Vitality Center today. Book your appointment. You can reach them at 720-900-4372, and you can always find them online at vitalitycenter.com.
Still ahead on Colorado's Best, find out how you can win a 2018